Welcome to episode 405 of the Geeks for the Win podcast, the tech and gaming podcast from thegeeksforthewin.com, where we cover all things geeky. I'm your host, William McDonald, and I'm joined with my co-host, Stuart.
Known across the internet as Casual Terror.
We're back for movie. Well, today I'm just like... I've been tired today.
Well,
I've had a long day.
As you pointed out earlier, last week it was episode 404. This week is Friday the 13th. So we're just
Friday the 13th.
Begging for things to go wrong.
Right? And I mean, typically things already do with,
Typically, that was this year. This year just went wrong.
Yeah, right? But yeah, it's our tech and gaming episode. And it's new console week.
It is.
Which
Will, do you have your new Xbox? No, neither do I. How about a PS5? No, me neither. No. No, because both of us want to upgrade our PC first, then go to consoles.
I tried to win one on Taco Bell, but that didn't work.
Well, you just don't have Ace or Nox's luck,
right? And there's a community that games the system now, like where there's like spreadsheet. I looked into this a little bit, where there's like a community who have like spreadsheets and they look into and they like coordinate with each other and they try to figure out, because it's like the Taco Bell thing is like, oh, you win a code is given away every 15 minutes, but you're not quite sure which 15 minutes, and it changes certain times and whatnot. And there's just this community that just like gets together and like figures it out, and it's like, oh, well, the best time is to do it this time at 3 a.m. or 3:26 a.m. or blah, blah, it's just like, oh God, that's a lot.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's proven, like people are like, hey, here's the ones I won. And this is, and it's like, well, yeah, maybe that was the way, but now that you posted a video about it and, thousands and thousands of people have watched it. Now that's not the way it's going to be anymore.
Right.
It's not going to be that easy.
You've prove your luck yourself, or what's the name of that show? Push your luck.
Press your luck.
Press your luck. I couldn't think of it. Yeah. Now they're going to change it up.
Yeah. So, but, and then also it's like, well, I don't have a 4K TV. And I don't even have like a way to play the, content 1080p high refresh rate, because all that stuff requires like HDMI 2.1. I can't just play it on my high refresh rate monitor,
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no way to do DisplayPort or DVI through that. So it's like, it just doesn't make sense to get a new console right now.
HDMI 2.1 to DisplayPort. Sure, that probably exists.
Does it work?
I don't know.
It probably exists, but does it work?
To DisplayPort. It auto completed. Hey, yep, there. It's $10. It's $10.
It's amazing some of the weird like cables or converters that I've thought like maybe this, and then I've looked it up and it's like, oh yeah, that's a thing. Oh wow. But yeah, so it's just I'm more in the PC right now, and everyone else I play with is pretty much PC stuff. So
Yeah.
what have you been up to though, Stuart?
Well, last weekend was Extra Life, so I played a ton of games last weekend on stream, and I'll talk about some of them. Let's see. Some of the newer games that I played was I played a little bit of Tales of Vesperia. For some reason, that's not showing. There it goes. And so far, it's a Tales game. I'm not sure which. This is a remake, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think this is a new one.
Yeah, the original Tales of Vesperia came out on like 360, right?
Yes, it did. Yeah, it would have been 08. So yeah, so this is a remake, the definitive edition. And it's a Tales game. I didn't start playing the Tales games till like 2 Tales games ago, with Tales of start with an X. They've got weird names.
Yeah, they do.
And then the last one that I know that came out was Tales of Berseria, something like that. So, but I like the Tales games. They're fun. And I haven't played a whole bunch of this. I maybe played about 2-3 hours of it, which this is a JRPG. That's nothing. I barely just even scratched the surface.
I watched you play a little bit, and I was like, "Hey, that's Troy Baker."
Yes. The main character's voice is voiced by Troy Baker. I'm like, his voice coming out of that face just doesn't add up right.
It's not Nolan North, so it has to be Troy Baker.
It's one of the two. There's only 2 male voice actors, right? Yeah. So yeah, I will continue to play this at some point because I like Tales games. Another game that I played that I did not like, but I kind of expected to like, was Yakuza 0.
Oh yeah.
I played maybe about 45 minutes of this because nothing fucking happened. No, the first thing when you start up Yakuza 0 on PC Game Pass, it comes up and says, "Real Yakuza play with controller." Okay, cool. I'll load up my controller. Controller doesn't work. I'm sorry? What was that first line you just said? The controller doesn't work. I don't know why. I move the stick and it changes the buttons, but changes the button prompts to an Xbox controller, but then it does nothing at all.
That's weird.
So yeah. And it's not in English, by the way. It's all Japanese with subtitles.
Oh really?
Yeah, I did not know this. Which that in itself was not a no, but it was a huh. And it was the fact that like I really don't know what's happening. And yeah, this is a weird game. Like there was this cutscene that happened. It was so weird because it was almost shot like one of those scenes, like it's just like a still image of the character posing, and then it switches to another scene. It's just a still image, but it wasn't a still image. But it's just the character wasn't moving because the background still moved around behind them. Facial expressions still happened. Their mouth did not move. Smoke was still coming off the cigar. And when I say like their face movement, I mean like they had like micro expressions. Like it wasn't even like big expression. Like there was like it was like the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Because like they were statues, but it was also like if they were actually just playing the the well shit that thing that was going around a while ago where the mannequin thing, like they were just like and just slightly moving as if they were trying to hold still, but then like they were having this conversation, their mouths weren't moving, but they were, it was just, I don't know how to explain it, it was so weird. And so yeah, I didn't quite care for Yakuza 0. I don't know if it was me trying for 20 minutes to get a controller to work or not. Because mouse sensitivity is insane. Like I turned like the mouse sensitivity like all the way down, and I was like, I'm gonna move my mouse a little bit. Oh, I just did like 5 rotations of a character with like less than an inch of mouse movement. This is unplayable on PC. So, yeah, there was that. And I also played another game that I've played in the past. This is not a new one. Played in the past and found myself enjoying again. Realm Royale. It is such a shame what happened to Realm Royale. Like it is essentially dead, by the way. It is pretty much dead. Like there's no more season pass stuff. They're just kind of throwing what they've got left cosmetics wise out there. Like they change it like every week. From what I've heard, there are 2 people doing support for this game, like on weekends. Like wow. It is like it's dead. It is dead. Like in like player accounts, like they're averaging like 900 to 1,000 players. Like, but like I was getting into games rather quickly though. Like I was not waiting forever to get into games. And I was doing very well. And like I kind of like, I don't know if you're a bot or really bad. I honestly don't know. Like I say like, oh, these were all bots, but my teammates were that bad too. Are my teammates bots? Like what the hell? Because I did play also squad as well as solo. Because like I was like, well, yeah, I've gotten a win in solo, so let's move on to squad. Oh look, I just got another win. Oh look, I just got another win. Like I was just getting wins just like that. But like, I feel like with the changes that was made in this game early on, that just drove players away. Where this game is at now, other than server stability, because that was an issue, it was laggy as hell. I think this could have been a good, this maybe could have been, maybe not quite, up there with, the Fortnite or Apex, but it could have been a good third. It could have been a decent third. So it's really a shame what happened to that game, because it had potential, but either the devs or the execs just went, fuck it, let's change everything and drive players away. That's what they did. Instead of let's focus on what we do well and improve on that, and then we'll think about experimenting instead of, okay, we've got players, let's experiment. That's not what you do.
Nope. And it's a shame because I know you really like that game.
I did.
And you tried to stick with that game as long as you could.
Yeah.
But just
makes me sad because this has so much potential. It I don't know. It'd be kind of cool if it, I don't know, not with like two devs doing support. So, but like it'd be kind of nice if it made a comeback, but it won't. It can't happen. It can't happen. It's on life support. Let's see. Another thing I did with you was played season 7 of Apex.
Yep.
And it's all right for the most part until you get to battle pass stuff, which I did not buy the battle pass. I was not given the battle pass. I will not buy this battle pass.
I thought you'd get it with EA, whatever.
I thought it did too, but it didn't happen this time.
Really?
So I will not buy it. Because one, there's nothing good in it. It's not a good battle pass.
I mean, there's some stuff that looks all right to me, but not.
There were 6 character skins. 6, and you get 3 of them when you buy it, because that's what they've always done.
That's how it's always been.
Right, but there's no more until you get to like level 25, level 50, and then 75, I think. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. They've never really. It's never been all about the character skins. It's been a mixture of, hey, here's character skins, here's
it's amazing
voice lines, here's other stuff, here's hollow tags that I guess people, I don't know.
It is absolutely amazing in this day and age. With like, there are so many games that actually have like good skins, and like a lot of them. Like, I'll say Fortnite has good skins. I'll give them that. But Apex has some of the worst. And like none at the same time. Like there's like none of them. Like they have the fewest amount and then the worst skins. And it's just, there is no reason to ever buy the battle pass. There never really is. And especially this year, when they fucked up how you get levels too.
Yeah, I'm hoping they'll make some more changes to that as well. But
if they haven't done it by now, I doubt they will.
I mean, they made some changes, yes, and they've talked about they're gonna make more changes to making like the weekly quests, make changes to those and stuff like that, which
we should probably explain to people who don't know what we're talking about. They changed how the battle pass works this year. Instead of just giving you just straight XP that goes straight into the battle pass, now the XP goes into getting stars. And it came out, you need 10 stars to get a level, which was what
100,000 XP.
100,000 XP.
Because it was 10,000 XP just for a star. And before, when the weekly reset happened, you get you would get a level up for 9,000 XP. You'd get one for 18,000 XP. You'd get one for 27, and then all the way up to 54, and then it would just be 54 until the next reset. So, like you go and play right at that weekly reset, you'd level up. That first session, if you played for like an hour or so, you level up a few times and you feel good and you'd be more, you'd be more encouraged to keep playing, keep at it. But there were
See,
people like,
that's what they didn't like. They didn't want you feeling good. They don't like you feeling good. They want to drain all the goodness out of you. I mean, you've seen their shops. Look at how expensive they are. They don't. There's nothing good about them. Just want to suck like, goodness from you.
And they changed it now to where it's you only need 50,000 XP because it's 5,000 per star. But someone, if you do the math, it's still, if you get like 5 or so levels, those 5 levels to where, the 9, 18, whatever, compared to now, you'd still like twice as much XP you need.
Yeah. Like that's
I think technically the daily challenges, if you do all of them, they might give a little more XP towards the levels than previous did, because previously your dailies would only be like, your week, it'd be like, oh, do 5 dailies for this week and you get a battle pass level, and then do 10 and you'll get a battle pass level. But now it's like you can get up to 8 stars, I think, each day for doing the battle pass. So technically I think that's better, like if you're a hardcore player, that is.
That's still, even if you get 8 stars just from a level, you still have to gain more XP to gain that first level than you would to get that first level before.
But I'm saying we're not talking about the XP as far as the challenges go. Like the play 2 games as, caustic, get 3 stars.
Right, but they also made like the weekly challenges. You're going to need to play for a couple weeks to get those challenges done.
I mean, last week they had one where I think I told you, like, I'm glad I didn't get this one at the end of the season, because it was like craft 150 items. I got that like week 3 last season, and I'm like, oh my God, that's ridiculous.
I've never even crafted an item.
Oh, I'm craft happy. Like, I'm always crafting. It's so good. I mean, they made some changes.
No, it's not. Don't say it's good. It's not.
I like the crafting. Being able to upgrade your armor. Like if you're like 60 HP away,
you that can crafting
your armor.
I thought you were talking about crafting skins.
Oh no.
That's
no,
that.
No, not that.
That when you said crafting, that's where my mind went.
No. I mean like the crafting station.
Okay, yes.
That system.
That's fine.
I like that system.
That's fine. Yes.
And they took weapons out of that system, so you don't have to worry, about like, I don't know, you can find any weapon in the world now, because anything that's in the crafting station, which it rotates, there's the daily inventory and then a weekly inventory. Anything that's in there at that time is not available in the world as a world drop, or floor loot. I think that's the term.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, that's all right. They made a good change to my girl Loba. Her black market ammo no longer counts towards your 2 items.
Yes, that is a good. That is good.
You can take as much ammo as you want.
Yeah, when I first saw that in action, I'm like, what is that Loba doing? Because it was like shoot. I'm like, how is she getting all this shit? Did they increase it? No. Just ammo doesn't count anymore.
Yeah. Which is great. And her black market is always up. Like it's the recharge is so quick. You land at 50% and it's so fast to recharge. Which I mean,
the grappling hook still takes forever.
I mean, but according to them, the winning rate for Pathfinder players has gone up.
And
so.
give us 2 grappling hooks. Give us the actual Titanfall 2 grappling hook.
Nice. Yeah,
And give
I
us
told you
2
like
charges.
the patch notes. The only changes they made to him are like would benefit like top tier players, you know, who like focus on, okay, I've stopped my grappling hook halfway through, so I now have an extra.
I don't even know how to
1
stop my
second
grappling hook.
You know,
I
there's
probably do it by accident all the time and not really do it on purpose.
Yeah, I like the new map though. The new map is gorgeous.
It's fine. It's fine. I haven't really explored it too much yet, but it's fine.
I mean, it looks way more colorful than the other 2 maps.
I told you this. Just wait until next season, and they'll destroy it.
Probably, yeah.
That's what they've done with the last 2.
Yeah, I'm definitely liking it a lot more than World's Edge. Like, I warmed up a little to World's Edge in the past, like, I don't know, like season or so, but like it's still, you know, if I had to choose between World's Edge and Kings Canyon, it's Kings Canyon all the way. But I'm enjoying playing on
OG
the new map.
Kings Canyon, by the way. OG Kings Canyon.
I'm enjoying Olympus. Olympus is fun, interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna fall.
Yep. But yeah, there's a lot of controversy with the battle pass and stuff like that, and Reddit would just not let it go. And I haven't been on Reddit lately to see how it is. But like, even after they made changes, people were posting stuff like, don't quit. Keep posting. You know, this is not these changes aren't enough. Like,
looks like, yeah, it's kind of let up, as you'd expect.
It has been like 2 weeks, right? Or
yep.
Makes sense, but I don't know. Just wait till their next event they have, and when they're trying to charge you, I don't. It's just ridiculous. Still, like, to get the heirlooms for their events, it requires like you to still pay all that money. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But as far as the gameplay goes, I enjoy playing it still.
It's just everything that happens outside of the game is not good.
I'm still trying to play at least like 1 game a day just so I can get one of those daily packs towards, you know, unlocking the story. And you also have that. It's also like a extra battle pass tier. You know, when you get those packs, you can get like extra XP or, oh, there's a star in there. And, you know, there's some,
because you need it this time around.
There's actual Apex packs and stuff like that in there. So that's, you know, there's some stuff in there, and there's also the story that they have in comic book form.
You won't see people pissed until the end of the season now, when barely anybody has, you know, hit max. Then people will get pissed.
I think I'm at like level 8 or something, maybe.
And consider you play every day.
Like I said, I try to play 1 match a day just to get that thing.
Still, you play every day.
Which I actually missed a couple this week because doing other stuff, and I was like, oh well. But yeah, it's a weird thing. It's a weird situation. You know, it's still the same issues we've been talking about with Apex pretty much since the beginning of Apex.
Yeah. It just goes to show you they don't listen to people. And we're not alone with the issues. Like, there are tons of people who say the exact same thing, but they don't care.
It goes to show you that the community like I don't know what's up with the community because what was it before? Like their first few events they had, you were able to get like 2 of those special packs for free.
Yeah.
Remember you were able to earn those and now you can't.
Yeah.
Those aren't available. You can buy the stuff you want with crafting medals and stuff, I think, on one of the events. I think I can't remember which type of event, but I remember there was one event where you were able to buy the crafting materials. That's how I got that Loba skin that I have. And then the next week or the week after that event or the week that event ended, there was a new event that started and all those skins were just coins. And it's like, well, that's very confusing. How are you gonna have one event where you can buy with the materials, but
I've got a question because I've not even looked with the crafting material stuff. Can you even like? Are there new skins to craft that were not there from launch?
No, not besides the new characters they introduce.
The
they
fuck?
Don't add new stuff to the pool. Yeah, it's kind of dumb. Which it's like none of those skins are any good. You know, a few of them are.
Like at least like make like the skins that you could get from like the previous season. At least put those in there from the previous season.
Or a few seasons back, like, oh, it's season 7, so let's throw in season 4 and older, you know, something like that.
Sure.
But no, you know, it's just those skins are gone forever and you can't do anything about it. Which sucks because it's like I got some cool skins from previous seasons on Xbox. But now that I'm playing on PC, I don't have any of those. And it kind of sucks. But yeah, it's EA definitely needs to do what I told you Ubisoft is doing now, like cross progression on everything.
Yeah.
Like company wide. Like I hope more like publishers do that so you don't, you know, so it's just easier and you don't have to worry, you know. It's like all Ubisoft games are going to have cross progression. Great. You know, fantastic. So I can, you know, I'll know if I play Assassin's Creed Valhalla on Xbox, I can switch over to PC, pick up where I left off and vice versa. No issues at all.
Cool.
It's the best. It's one of the best things that Destiny has. Like their cross progression works just amazing. And they clearly did not have the, you know, we talked about Respawn saying they don't, you know, the game wasn't designed to have cross progression, so it's not going to have cross progression. Destiny sure as hell didn't, because Destiny was under Activision, and that sure as hell wasn't a thing when Destiny 2 was designed, but it's got the best, you know, best case scenario for cross progression. But yeah, a lot of controversy with Apex still.
Yeah. Another game that we played was Warzone, and that's an old image.
Yeah.
That's an old image. They're on like season 6, 7 now.
I was about to say, like, it's
I honestly did not realize. Let's do just that image. We played some Warzone. And
they still had their spooky event.
There was still zombie stuff going on, even though it said like event time 0 seconds left. But we were still playing it. And we were still getting like trick or treat loot and stuff like that. There were still scare boxes in the game, which I was surprised did not scare me. I got it twice. Didn't jump once. But that's still a good game. And now that Cold War is out, I can now delete everything but Warzone and even free up even more space.
Yeah, free up a lot of space.
Still not a whole lot, but it'll free up some. How much? I'm gonna look right now.
Download
I'm gonna look right
isn't
now.
as bad, I think, for the Black Ops.
I'm looking right now to see what the size was. 77.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Like,
It's still bigger than a lot of my other games, but
I mean, and you can also like uninstall the campaign.
Yeah.
When you're done playing through the campaign, you can uninstall, the
zombies, which I will do at some point early on, as well as whatever like that arcade mode is.
Arcade mode, yeah. The arcade mode previously in the zombies games were fun. They were like, I think they were twin stick shooter type. It was like a twin stick shooter type game. So it's a fun little thing to play like once or twice, but nothing, and then you can just uninstall it and not have to worry about that taking up. But yeah, 77 versus how much is Call of Duty?
Call of Duty minus the campaign, 187. So, and like my next like largest game I have installed is Apex.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. At 53.
Was it Destiny is mine at like, I think it's 60 something now, maybe. They shrank because a lot of the content's gone. No, it's 55 now. So yeah, wow. But yeah, it's a lot better than, I like the fact, like we were talking offline on, like, or off recording about like, yeah, we don't have to download we're not forced to download the 4K textures or resources and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah, it's off by default even.
At least that's great. It was for me. So like, okay,
yeah,
cool.
It was for me as well. Yeah. So that's great. I want more games to do this. Like you were talking about, maybe not like multiplayer and single player games, or, there's not a lot that are like that, but don't make me download 4K textures and all that stuff when I don't have a 4K monitor.
And it's kind of funny because I'm thinking back like other games, like when like I had to go out and search for the HD textures on games, because like this was like back in like the 480p days. So I'm like, okay, there's some HD textures that I've got to get. So
yeah, now it's the reverse. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, they handled their zombie mode pretty well though. Like Warzone, I enjoyed it.
It was good.
I thought it was fun.
It was good. It was quick. It was definitely quick. Another game that I totally forgot I played, and I remembered because I was looking at all of my games installed, was I played Rocket Arena. And it's an okay game. It is just okay. I see the look. They're going for the kids. They want kids to play this game. They want to take the Fortnites. And they're also going for safe space kind of a thing. Because you don't kill people. You just and also it doesn't work like tradition. Like you don't take damage. It works in the same way that Smash Brothers does. And like there, instead of a health bar going down, you get a bar that goes up. And if you get that bar full, you can hit somebody hard enough to throw them out of the arena, and then they're teleported to back, and then they zoom around the arena to the spawn point. They don't even like explode or anything like that. They just, I didn't die. Back to respawn. Like, okay, I see what you're going for. Because you don't kill anybody. And like, yeah, it's interesting. It's 3v3. Everybody has like their own like different kind of forms of rockets. Like there's your traditional just straight up rocket guy, of course. There's a big like pirate guy who's got like a big old I forget the name of that cannon gun that pirates have. But it shoots this a lob, like a grenade kind of a thing. Blunderbuss, yeah.
Yeah.
You start with a B. But yeah, it kind of lobs grenades and stuff. And there's this other chick who turns into a manta ray kind of a thing, goes up underneath you and shoots like a stream of water up at you. It's okay. You have to play for a bit to get real people. It wasn't apparent that they were bots right away. I'm like, people in this game suck. Like, God, I'm awesome at this game. Oh wait, no, they're bots. I can tell now.
What was that other game that you were like, I won my first match, I'm great? Oh,
that's Spellbreak, and I'm good at that game. I am good at that game though. I play Clash mode all the time. I get like top kills at that mode all the time. All the time.
I've heard a lot of people say the same thing about Spellbreak, where they were like, yeah, I played my first match and I thought I won and it was so great, and then I realized, it's bots.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a rite of passage for that game. It's a rite of passage that you didn't get and my sister didn't get. Because you just went straight into real people, which is harder. But I did not play Spellbreak during the stream, even though I planned on it. Because I even saved up like this week's story stuff to play on stream. I didn't even do it.
Maybe you would have if we didn't have an 8-hour D&D session.
I was going to talk about that. And it was 7 hours. Yeah, we accidentally played D&D for 7 hours. And how do you accidentally play D&D for 7 hours? When your DM decides to do something new. And it totally makes the game last longer.
We didn't even go through everything.
No, there were still like two rooms you missed. And you guys decided you guys actually missed them.
Not the ones we decided not to go to because the lock said not to, or
that was one of them, but like it was kind of designed that way where like you had to have been teleported there through the story.
Gotcha.
You couldn't go back to it.
God, imagine if we split the party at that one spot. How long? Like,
honestly, that other room would not have taken that long. It would have taken about as long as the room on the left did.
Gotcha.
Actually, in theory, the room on the left could have lasted longer because there could have been a fight. But you guys decided not to fight the guy who was ripping people's souls out. You just decided to run. Cool. Not usually something a D&D party does, but especially you guys. I kind of expect you guys to fight him.
I had no choice. I was feared.
You were feared.
I was afraid.
You were feared.
I had no choice. I love you did your Korg impression.
Thank you.
Guy.
Thank you for getting that. I was doing Korg. Oh, I was like, I'm so bad at impressions that there's no way they're gonna get what I'm doing.
I guess I forgot to mention that. Yeah.
Oh,
but yeah, you were straight up Korg impression. Like there's no getting around that.
No, I was straight up doing Korg.
I was like, is he doing this on purpose?
Yes, I was totally doing that on purpose. Well, he was written to like how he looks to as the opposite of how he looks to sound like incredibly smart. Like, well, I can't do incredibly smart. Instead, I'll do incredibly friendly. Korg. Korg is incredibly friendly. Let's do him.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's exactly what I did. I did Korg for him. And I did not. Again, you guys surprised me. Like, by stepping in line to have your soul ripped out. Like, come on. Like, I was like, oh, you're gonna what now? No, you guys totally you're not compelled to do this. Like, why? Okay, this would kill you.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. I was asking if since we did that one roll, and I was the one who asked that, and you were like, oh, and once you pop through the door, you kind of realize when you see, and I'm like, okay, then yeah.
And like a lot of like the demented stuff that was in this module, like it's not something that would come up with, especially with you guys. It's like it's a lot of like backstories to these characters that I get. Like, good lord. Like, okay, I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read some of the backstories of this. Like of Dagmar, which you guys didn't get his name. That was his name. Let's see, where is it? Dagmar, Winner of Souls, works for his mistress. His skills is separating souls from the physical body, bringing a false death to his clientele. To Dagmar, souls are the source of his guilt and despair, and it's a barometer of morality that guides through and feels towards the sense of compassion. Dagmar knows that that those whose souls live require compassion be ripped out and muted. Dagmar excels at such arts. Like a leech dredging bad blood, Dagmar has the ability to siphon away the client's guilt and horrors, bottling them away to his clients, and can go on living without that nagging feeling of I was involved with something wrong. With enough coin, Dagmar can peel away the pain and replace it with empathetic ambrosia. He is the spiritual surgeon grafting a scar tissue onto the soul. But now he works for Tasha's kiss and uses his skills in a different way. And now he uses his own hooks into his own body, so he wouldn't feel the guilt of what he is doing. Like, okay, that's awful. And another thing that it didn't happen. The memory transfer thing. some of the memories in here are like, that's interesting. Let's see. There's one. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? You have a son named Gentry Hull, which is the name of the little boy outside of the cart. He doesn't impress you, and you know that makes you a horrible parent. Gentry Hull's father wanted to give, wants to love his son, but gave up his memory so that he could.
Huh.
Like, oh,
Weird.
wow. And then there was the room that you guys did not go in. That it was a bunch of tentacle. It was like a tentacle mass. Had like people in like cages and stuff. And when you walked in, you would have seen a scene of of limbs being ripped off bodies, and then the tentacles being shoved into the holes, which is horrifying in itself. And you guys would probably nope the fuck out of there real quick.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know about our group. Our group is weird. I don't know what they would have done.
I don't know either. Like, hey, stop doing that. Would you please stop that? Like, that seems to be the group that we got. So, anyway, this tentacle mass is Avavra, the banished bouquet. She was once an elven noble engaged to a handsome prince until her sorceress nephew mistranscribed the summoning circle to bring her to her wedding. Instead, she appeared on the 222nd plane of the abyss, the domain of Zogmoni, the demon queen of fungi. The wedding dress clad elf reached the plane's magic, becoming a shambling mass, a bouquet of plant-like tendrils. Impressed at Avavra's beauty, Zagmoni chose her as her bouquet for her wedding to Agramonicus, and then tossed Avavra into the planar void, where Tasha's kiss caught her in her pocket dimension, and she's lived in the wagon ever since. Now, another one of the memories you could have gotten was you were engaged to be married, but your betrothed sabotaged your nephew's gate spell, teleporting you to the 222nd plane of the abyss. His parting words were, "Share my love with you? I won't even share this world with you."
Wow. Okay.
Like, this is one of Avavra's memories. She gave it up to keep the illusion that her fiance still loves her. And if you guys would have fought that thing, it technically wouldn't have fought back, but like it had like just its tentacles were like in a constant state of motion that you would just been hit by that. And as you were hacking away at it had this sense of euphoria of they're hacking away the bad stuff. Yes, off with the bad, on with the good.
Yeah, that whole one shot was weird. Like
it was actually,
I didn't realize it was going to be that weird.
It was probably more disturbing to me because I knew a lot of this backstory stuff. Yeah, it was creepy. It was.
It's funny your one shot ended up being our longest D&D session.
Yeah, and here's how that happened. It really comes about to that dragon fight that lasted a whole 2 rounds. Like, well, a good way to extend the fight is to give the enemies more health, but at the same time make them hurt less. That way that kind of balances out. And I went a little too far. Because, hey, here's a secret. Tasha's kiss still had over 100 health left.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And there was that time when you complained, like, you're making this fight last longer. I was like, here's why I had to do that. I kind of had to do that because it was either that or do nothing. Because that was the only two options.
Yeah.
Because Tasha, her physical attack did like 10 damage. It was a weak fucking attack. And she had the same range that you did.
Weird.
So, and like her other abilities were the horrific appearance, which she already used, and you guys already had kind of brushed that off, which you wouldn't have been able to be affected by that for 24 hours. A kiss, which had to be you would have been closer for that.
Oh, I was affected by pretty much everything.
And then the spells that she knew were suggestion, command, charm person, hypnotic pattern, friends. You're seeing the pattern here? Like
weird.
Like that was that was it. That was all she had. Was like I either can sit here and do nothing or charm you. So
that's odd. Yeah.
And there was a bunch more people that she could have thrown up to.
That was a very weird aspect of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was an interesting one shot. And I learned something from that. Don't go too far with giving more health.
Yeah, right?
4 times the health is too much.
Oh, Jesus. Really? That was 4 times?
No, what was it? Let's see. Level 10, she had over 400 health. She would have had 215. Okay. So it was little bit more than doubled.
Gotcha.
And then I think I also gave the creatures the humanoid animals too much health too.
That fight lasted a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, they should have only had. I pretty much tripled their health.
Yeah. It's fun overall, though, for the most part.
Yeah. And lately, what I've been looking into, and I've already kind of talked to you guys about it, moving the game to Foundry. It won't be for a while, just until I because I don't want to move things in the middle of a thing. Like I'll wait till like maybe the chapter's done, probably until like the chapter's done. So it'll be a couple weeks. It'll be sometime next year.
Yeah, the only thing I would is what Krakatar was mentioning about, and you were saying, oh well, the free stuff y'all have would still, well, yeah, but we're sharing your stuff, and
right. And I've been messing with Foundry, and I got it. I figured out a way to kind of make a character, but it's not perfect. There's some issues with it.
Yeah.
Like there's a site that we've kind of all used at one point that kind of has everything, and there's a tie-in with that site and Foundry where you basically take from that site and you can make a character through that, but it gives you too much. It gives you too much stuff. Like I tried to recreate your guys' characters, and it gave Rupert, and I've only made Rupert and Shanza so far. It gave Rupert like a bunch of spells. Like, where do these spells come from?
I don't know. That's weird. Yeah. Yeah, I was just looking at D&D Beyond when we were having this discussion on the Discord channel, and I'm like, there's only one sorcerer class for the free stuff or subclass.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to buy
And
you have to buy the books.
I don't know what all the others are because you don't get to choose the others until like level like 3 or whatever, right? For other classes.
For other classes,
Sorcerer's the only one you get like right away.
Yeah.
That's another reason why I choose sorcerer is because it makes it easier to, to create a character because I can see what origin I want to choose right away instead of.
Well, and there's some stuff in that's really nice. Like your favorite spell, Fireball. There's literally you click on the Fireball spell, and it gives you the template. It'll just automatically give you the template. Put it on the ground, right where you want it. It'll fill in the squares, and anybody that's in that square rolls automatically.
Oh, that is cool. Yeah.
It automatically rolls.
You know, if only there was a way to export Roll20 character sheets.
Yeah, there's not.
That
There's
would
not.
be the ideal. Like, yeah.
Because like some of the spells that you have that I couldn't find, like the solitary fireball. I had to learn how to make a spell to get the.
That was from one of the new books, like those.
Yeah, but it's weird because there is another add-on module for that that's supposed to add all those spells, and I couldn't even find it in there. I'm like, what? Okay, that's weird because I know it's in that book. So why is it not in this compendium? So like, it's, and then there was another spell you had. It was like gift of something.
Do I have a gift of something spell?
It was like a gift of something that's like every person you touch has advantage on their next 3 death saves. Like gift of resilience or something like that. Start with an R.
Oh, okay. Was that okay?
And I remember you mentioning something about something for death saves, but I didn't really pay attention. So yeah, and then I had to figure out how to make homebrew stuff like that arcane focus I gave you. It kind of works, and there's and kind of like roll 20. There's multiple ways to roll, and the +1 to damage works one way, but not another way. And I don't know why. Weird.
Gotcha. So there's some kinks to figure out.
Yeah.
You're saying.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some stuff I got to figure out. And really, like the whole reason I wanted to move to Foundry was because Roll20, it's laggy and it's buggy and it's getting on my nerves.
It doesn't help that we play on like the most popular day of the week, I think.
That's also an issue.
D&D.
That's also an issue. Is
because I was telling you, like every time I was trying to look for like a second game for us, like it would always be Sunday, and I'm just like, wow, Sunday must be the most popular day of the week for
Sunday. Yeah, and like I guess that's another thing with Foundry is it's self-hosted. Like
Oh, really?
I would run the server on my computer and send it out to you guys. So like we don't have to worry about like is the most popular time, because it's not. Because we're the only ones on this server. Now I could, and I have thought about this, getting a hosting service just to host it. That way it's up all the time. Because if I host it, then it's only up when I have it open.
So we can't look at our characters or do stuff.
Right.
You're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like
Gotcha.
getting a hosting service wouldn't be that bad. And all of that is cheaper than Roll20 Pro.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, getting a hosting service and all this, it's cheaper in the long run than Roll20 Pro.
Yeah. Was it their books and stuff you can buy are like outrageous, right? I was looking at the Roll20 marketplace.
Their MSRP. That's the price.
Yeah.
Their MSRP.
Are they MSRP? I thought they were. It seemed like some were higher. Because I guess because you could probably buy the physicals cheaper. Some of the physicals cheaper.
Right, and D&D Beyond has such a close tie with Wizards that they're allowed to have a discount.
Yeah. Which, I mean, man, you'd think D&D Beyond you think, are they working? You think they're working on a Roll20 Foundry type thing? Like, I know they have their dice rolling is in beta. That's like, but you think they have something where they're working
on like a tabletop thing? Probably not. I mean, like that one shot that you and I played on Foundry that one time. You can straight up just roll from D&D Beyond in Foundry, so that's cool.
That worked weird. It didn't work quite right.
Yeah, you had to click at the right spot to do it, and I don't know and that was before D&D Beyond could roll for you. So I don't know with that update, maybe that's fixed or it's better now. I don't know. But again, like if I get a D&D Beyond subscription and like share stuff, because I actually have a couple books on D&D Beyond.
Oh, is there a subscription for D&D Beyond?
You can to share, to do a share, and even doing that, hosting still cheaper than Roll20 Pro.
Gotcha.
Now, not by much, but it's still cheaper.
I mean, cheaper is cheaper.
Cheaper is cheaper.
And if it's cheaper and it works better,
right.
Less frustration. Yeah.
So, yeah, Roll20. We're gonna say bye to you.
It's nice. It works great when it works.
It does. But also, it's been out Roll20 has been out for 8 years. It is one of the longest VTT.
Wow.
But since then, other people have come along and have started to eat its lunch, but it's not doing anything about it.
Yeah. Especially this year.
Right. I think Foundry, it launched, like it came out of Patreon this year. Like, cause like it's still like on 0.7. Like it's and it's updated twice and had like big stuff since I've been looking at it in the past week. It's been updated twice.
Oh, wow.
So like it's adding more and more stuff. And it's happening at a much faster rate than Roll20. Roll20, it is so slow.
And it's like, hey, we added new colors.
Well, it's like when we started playing on Roll20, like they were talking about improving their lighting, their dynamic lighting. Then
Oh
they
yeah, that's
did
a
it.
joke.
It did it. They
It
broke it.
broke.
They broke it. They made it better, and they said it's on parallel now with their old system, and they're going to sunset their old system. No idea when. And that's really been the only updates since we've been playing. Foundry has had tons of updates.
Okay. Yeah.
And the whole thing with the marketplace, like it's still missing some key like D&D books, like the Dungeon Master's Guide. It's missing that, which
Wow, that's a big one.
the biggest thing from the Dungeon Master's Guide though is in the standard compendium. It is like, and that is the magical items. Now they're not called the same thing; they're called something a little bit different. But there are a couple subclasses in the Dungeon Master's Guide that are not there. There's a couple other things from the Dungeon Master's Guide that aren't there. But there's also the Sword Coast Adventures Guide. That's not in there. That has some stuff in it. And they've been saying, oh, by the end of this year, hey,
It's the end of the year.
it's the end of the year. We still got another month. Yeah. Now, Foundry does not have any books. They don't have a marketplace. They don't have anything. They don't even have a subscription service. It is just a flat cost to enter. But only for the DM. Players don't need it.
Yeah, and it's just the tabletop.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but I think Foundry will work better for us. So, I've been talking for a while.
Yeah.
What have you been doing?
We talked about mostly everything except Destiny 2 Beyond Light came out. It's the new expansion. It's postponed. It was supposed to come out in September, and they got postponed up until, this past Tuesday, the 10th. Introduces new subclasses, new story stuff. It's not the biggest expansion, but it's bigger than last year's expansion, which is nice. Introduces Europa, which is the moon of Jupiter, I believe.
I think so.
It's one of 92 moon or something crazy like that. I looked it up. Like, I mean, there was like some crazy amount of moons, and for I think Jupiter, it's like one of the largest. Europa is one of the largest, and it's all ice based, like cosmic ice. Like the new subclass is you're, instead of the light, which you've been in Destiny, you've been given powers from the light. You're now embracing the darkness, which has been typically thought to be evil.
Okay, so you're basically pulling a Final Fantasy 14. Because they did that exact same thing.
If you say so. Okay.
Final Fantasy 14, you're known as the Lightbringer. And the last expansion that came out like a little over a year ago, you're now the Darkbringer.
Yeah. So that's the thing, and you got story elements where some characters are back and lore stuff, and there's some interesting story stuff. I do have to say I'm really happy with the story stuff that they've had. There's been a lot more story in this expansion than previous Destiny stuff. How much longer, content wise is there going to be? I don't know, but so far it's been fun. I've enjoyed it. They do an interesting thing when they're like they don't just give you the subclass, you like embrace the dark, or you like I forget what the term is, but you like kind of like experiment with the darkness or something like that. Like I think it's commune with the darkness, something like that. And uh like throughout the campaign you'll have like during points you'll have these moments where like the darkness will come through, pulse through you, and you'll just be able to use your super, your new subclass super abilities and stuff like that, like endless for the fight. Like it just pretty much, and it's just these bursts throughout the campaign till the very end where you're, you finally accept it or whatever, and you get it to fight the boss. And it was an interesting way to do it instead of just straight up give it to you. Like, and it's like, here you go. You've got it. Now use it. You kind of, you know, slowly get introduced to it. And even when you get it, you don't even get all the unlocks. There's quests and stuff like that to get uh to be able to get more unlocks and customizations, which I kind of like. I was talking to Pantsless Steve about this. Destiny 1, I really enjoyed Destiny 1 for some of the aspects, like, you know, uh when you got a weapon, you didn't just get to you have the entire weapon. You had to like unlock certain perks. So this weapon, oh, you're using this weapon, you're slowly unlocking more perks on it. The you get the nodes that have the perks, and the weapon would get better and better. At first it may not be great, but once you unlock the certain stuff, like there'd be more progression, and it just felt like you were getting stronger slowly and slowly. And I miss that. And so I kind of like the fact that they're kind of slowly bringing that back. Like the weapons, when you get a weapon, it is what it is. Still, they haven't gone back that way. But they did a lot of good stuff with D1, and then D2 came out, and they just like threw away a lot of that stuff. From like, oh, all weapons are now static rolls, and there's no randomization. There's no random rolls for any of these weapons. That was what Destiny 2 was at launch, and people hated that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because it was always like, hey, you could, I got this roll for this weapon. I really like it. Hey, you've got that roll for the same weapon. And, I'm focused more on, like reload speed, and like, maybe it fires slower but it hits harder, stuff like that. And that's what you want with like a looter shooter. You want all the different options and
right
customizations and random stuff. And they've been slow. I think where Destiny is finally getting to a point where they're kind of back to where Destiny 1 was, where it's starting to feel good, feel good for the most part again. So, like I said, there's a lot of, according to their roadmap, there's a lot more stuff coming. And I guess officially the seasonal content doesn't start till next Tuesday, till the reset. All this stuff I've been playing through and stuff is technically just part of the Beyond Light, because the season is actually separate from the expansion, which is kind of weird. Like you can buy the base. Oh, shut up, Google. I don't know if you heard that or not, but my phone like went off. Yeah. The expansion, there's the expansion, and then the seasonal content is like $10 more. Which last year when they did that, it was the first season was included, but I guess I can understand why, since this year they're saying there's a lot more to it. I also like Europa. Europa's really nice. Like it's an interesting area, and there's some cool stuff, and there's some really cool level designs. And like I said, the story stuff has just been really good and interesting. And was it the raid starts next weekend, next Saturday, the 21st, I believe. And we're not participating in World's First, but we're going to try to do it that day, because if you complete it in the first 24 hours, you get a special emblem, that
Cool.
only people who've completed it
Cool.
get. So I like the emblems, like they're badges you can wear, So I've always wanted to participate in that and do that. So we're gonna actually, at least that's the plan. I don't know. It may fizzle out between now and then. Who knows? But I don't even know who all is, in our fire team. But Steve says he's got a group, so we'll see. But I'll definitely be streaming that when we do that. So, but yeah, Destiny Beyond Light's it's been fun. The expansion's $40. It's not a full like 60. So there's they brought like the Cosmodrome back, which was the Earth from year one or from Destiny 1, and they have a revamped like new light experience for new people, and they also have you're also able to, if you're not a new person, you're also able to go into like a kiosk and grab the quest and actually experience it yourself, which is kind of cool for a change. Previously, these things that they've had for like new players only, you know, experienced players who have been around haven't been able to,
Right.
Experience it.
Right. Unless
So I haven't done
unless
that
you make
yet.
a whole new character.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Yeah, everyone that I'm playing with, they're all like, "Oh yeah, I'm on my second character now, and then the third, and whatever." And I'm just like, just doing one character. I'm not going, I'm
I'm
not going crazy with
I'm
multiple characters. There's no way.
I'm like that with MMOs. Like, I don't do alts. That's not something I do. Alts. I understand the appeal to them, but that's never been me.
Like I have one of each, and like eventually I'll probably maybe go on the others and try the subclasses for them and stuff like that. But like I'm just at a point right now where I'm just like, I'm just gonna play on my warlock because I've got Black Ops Cold War. I've got a bunch of other stuff I want to play. I want to eventually get back to Avengers and actually complete that and play that. I want to, still slowly doing some 8, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff, there's, and Cyberpunk's around so yeah, there's no way I'm gonna like,
maybe it is.
maybe it is. Yeah, big maybe, bold letters underlined 3 times.
Italicized.
So yeah, but so far Beyond Light's been pretty good. Like it's a lot better than last year's expansion, I would say. So that's a positive. And that's pretty much it for me. Besides the other stuff we talked about during your stuff you've been doing.
Okay. Well,
And as far as news goes, only got one topic because
yeah, it's a big
lot of
topic.
the stuff out is like new console comparison videos,
right?
Or stuff like that. Like,
lately Twitch, like we've kind of talked about this. I don't know if it's been on the podcast or not, but we definitely talked about some of the DMCA stuff that Twitch has been doing recently, or not that Twitch, but has been done to Twitch. And it's getting bad. It's getting bad.
I mean, didn't they do something to prevent, like, isn't that what you're talking about? Like,
they sent out that warning email blast, but the DMCA stuff has been happening, and there have been like tons of Twitch bans because of DMCA stuff. But here's the problem. Twitch, like, they turned off DMCA stuff. They said for a period of time to help you with this. It was 3 days that they turned off, DMCA claims, notices, all that stuff. It was 3 days. And the quote tools that they gave people was basically just a mass deletion of their old content. But here's the thing. The users have deleted it, but it's still on Twitch's servers. Twitch still has it. Nobody can see it, but because the music industry, being the music industry, because I've been watching a lot of stuff from Devin Nash, and he has a lot of things to say about this. Apparently, the music industry has software that can identify and claim a song within 3 seconds. That is insane.
Oh, wow. That's pretty crazy. And
because of the kind of software that is, as long as it's on a server, I don't know how it really works, but like not even deleting your stuff and deleting your clips and stuff, that will still get you a strike. Even though you've deleted it, Twitch still has it though. So you'll get a strike, even though they've been saying, just delete your stuff. That's the best way to do it. That doesn't work. People are still getting DMCA and bans for stuff they've deleted. So it's out of bullshit. And a lot of people are saying, like, this is the end of Twitch. Like,
I don't know about that.
Like,
but yeah.
if the bans start happening and they're bigger and bigger people, because like there has been some people from FaZe have been banned. Like that, those are some big people. But like when like big streamers, like the top 1% of 1% starts getting banned, because they will, then Twitch will die, and die quickly, because there's nothing you can do. Because
I've seen. I don't think Twitch would allow that, right? They'd be like,
they have no choice.
I don't know if
they have no choice.
I don't know if
legally
the
they have no choice.
Would, like, they're already making they've already taken precautions.
No, they can't take precautions. That's the thing. They can't take precautions because there's no precautions for them to take.
I'm talking about past streams. I'm talking about like future stuff.
A future, yes, but that's not what's getting them in trouble. It's their past stuff that's getting them in trouble. And the music industry, when they want to make an example, they will. It's just a matter of time of when.
Yeah, it's just it's dumb. It really is. Like,
see, I've been using royalty free stuff kind of since I started, so I'm kind of good. I use Pretzel Rocks. That's fine. That's under the blanket of good. Don't use Twitch soundtrack. Do not use Twitch soundtrack. That's not safe.
Oh, that stuff's so bad.
It's bad music, and Twitch did not get proper licensing for that stuff. So even people are getting DMCA stuff for that. So yeah, Twitch soundtrack is not safe. I checked it out just because, and I was just listening to it. I wasn't even using it or anything, but like for stream wise, and just like, oh, none of this is good. It's not good. It's not good music.
Really bad.
I use Pretzel Rock. That's safe to use. Stream Beats is fine. Monster Cat is fine. NCA? Oh shit, wasn't it NSA? Oh, there's NR. Oh shit, it's gonna give me a second.
What was it when this stuff first started to happen? Like over the summer, there were some indie labels like that came out with Spotify, playlists for streamer friendly stuff.
In
So
CS, that's it. That stuff is good. That stuff's fine. Yeah, use one of those.
yeah, it's a giant mess. It really is. Like,
It's bad, and yeah, there's, and like I said, and there's nothing, and Twitch is doing a poor job on their end to. They said we're giving you the proper tools when they're not even doing the proper stuff. That would stop that from even happening.
Twitch needs to figure something out, because this is a real, like, I mean, the music industry has they I mean, also, this is uncharted territories for the most part. Like, all these musical licensing agreements and stuff were never like,
yeah, they were,
when they were created.
YouTube had this problem years ago. The same thing happened on YouTube, and that's why YouTube is the way it is now. Like, years ago, this happened on YouTube. Now it's happening on Twitch. And Twitch is running around with his hair on fire, saying we don't know what to do.
I mean, I feel like there's a slight difference from like having just a standard video to live stream, and the music's on a live stream that's not saved. Or if you don't save your VODs, are they still saved on the server? Or
it's possible if they're clipped. And even then, I'm not sure, but definitely if there's clips.
It just seems like Twitch's servers need to figure out their server stuff more than anything. That needs to be the biggest thing they work out
on their end. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But and then there's also the thing of video games themselves. There's licensed music in tons of video games. Those aren't safe. There's no way those are safe.
I don't know. And there's also like Amazon or Twitch, your Amazon, why don't you like have a special thing where, hey, if you have Prime, you have Amazon Music, and you can like work that kind of thing out with.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money though, because the music industry is big. And they want money,
but the listens aren't like, they're not equal. That's the thing.
No, you're right. Like, you're right, and I've heard this before. Like with Spotify, to have like a special like broadcaster license for Spotify, because radio stations need broadcasting licenses. So have something similar for Spotify. That could work. But who knows?
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's crazy that, it's not, 2020 strikes again. It's another 2020 thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
3 seconds though. That's crazy.
It's insane. I'll send you a link to the video.
Because you always hear like, 15 seconds or less, that's fair use, or whatever.
Whoever said that, no, it never was.
I mean, that's been the common misconception.
It's the common misconception, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also a lawyer that I watch on YouTube. And he talked about this was a YouTube incident though, about fair use, because there is a YouTuber that has that's been sued because they were doing reactions to viral clips. And viral clips, because, we live in a capitalist society.
Oh, that's the Fine Brothers whole thing, right?
No, this was somebody else. But
I mean, that's their
but
whole spiel.
but that's their whole thing. But the whole thing, like he breaks down like what constitutes fair use and what doesn't. And in the long run, it's gray. There is no defined there is no defined thing with fair use. The safe bet is don't even show it. You're just don't even do it. And
because the internet and streaming video and all this social media, that's all this stuff is still so very new in the grand scheme of things.
Right.
So there's so much gray. Yeah.
Yeah, and the DMCA law was written in 2000 and not in 2000 in 1998.
Yeah.
And hasn't been updated since.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That stuff was written before like YouTube or Twitch and stuff. That's what I was saying earlier.
And then when we got a government that, only works, 5 days a year, stuff slowly gets done. So
pretty much, yeah. Doesn't seem like a lot of improvements are going to change though. Like
no,
the tech space. Because surprise, we hired a bunch of, or we elected for the most part we elected a bunch of old white guys again in a lot of areas.
Some of them were even dead.
Yeah.
You heard about that, right?
Yeah. I don't know which state.
North Carolina.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting.
But he died in like October, when like a lot of like the mail-in ballots had already been like sent in.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's a special case.
Yeah, it's something that's crazy. I think Twitch
I recommend
will figure something out before it like destroys them.
Yeah, definitely. I recommend Devin Nash. He's done a lot of like breakdown stuff, like in like the past. There's a video called the end of top Twitch streamers, and like even like his last like 4 videos have been about this stuff.
Interesting.
Actually, 5. So
yeah, I've definitely noticed a lot of streamers take precaution for their future stuff. Anyway,
some are and some aren't. Side. That's also the other thing.
Yeah,
like XQC, as last I heard, he's not deleting any of his old stuff. Like, you're an idiot.
I mean, what you're saying, it doesn't matter if he deletes it or not because the software can detect it.
That's true, but yeah, but then it becomes on Twitch. Then it becomes on Twitch, and not you. Another one that I've even kind of watched, Nick Merckx. He's not doing anything either.
I'm guessing like if one of these top streamers, like top tier streamers, if they deleted their stuff and they got like, whatever banned or whatever, I'm sure they could like maybe sue Twitch and be like, I deleted my stuff, but y'all didn't.
Maybe.
So like, I'm sure they could do something like that. Yeah.
Maybe.
So that's but it'd have to be like a Shroud type.
Yeah, it would have to be like Shroud, Pokey, or like, or yeah, someone like that. Shroud, Pokey, Tim take your pick on some of the biggest ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do like I'm starting to stream again, and I'm just gonna have my VODs off and just record, separately
Yeah.
while streaming. I mean, I wasn't planning on like streaming music or anything like that, but
Right, but
at least copyrighted
on purpose. I mean, it could still be in the game.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like you play like GTA, like yeah.
Yeah, wasn't it was it a few years ago where there was like some composer of video games who were
that's happened a couple times.
Yeah,
that's happened a couple times.
I remember that happening. I think that happened to us maybe once.
It might have, yeah.
I think we had to look it up to see like who the hell is this, and we Googled it. And
we've never gotten a strike.
No,
we've gotten a
takedown notice or
not even that. We've gotten
demonetization.
We've gotten those. Yeah. We get those all the time.
Yeah, I think we Googled it and we were like, oh, that's some random composer of the music in the game.
I want to say, yeah, that definitely, yeah.
And it's like he should not, like, he loses his rights, right? Shouldn't he lose his rights to that because he's making it for the.
But then wasn't also the case like he wasn't. No, okay. Here's what it was. The one that got us. They weren't paid enough, or at least they didn't say they were paid enough. So they just said they're right. They still held the rights.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like either like payment was actually withheld, or something with like they didn't feel like they were paid enough.
Yeah, more very gray stuff.
Yeah,
because it's not like making a was it copyright whatever like notice thing. It's not that's assuming. I mean, that's saying like you own that, so it's like you'd be able to put it on iTunes but these composers for these video game music, like they can't do that. So it's not like they can be like, oh, I'm going to put this on iTunes and sell it and make money myself. Like you can't do that. They would get sued. So it's
depend.
Like I said, all this stuff
is contracts. So it depends on what the contract says.
Yeah, all this stuff is so new in the grand scheme of the internet. For the most part, is still very new, and all the streaming aspects of it is even newer. So. Yeah, hey, we got it. There's a politician who streams now. What if she played the wrong music and got banned?
There you go.
Oh, wouldn't that
would definitely make headlines. That would make headlines.
That would be crazy. Yeah. Man. So, write to your politician about this issue. No.
I mean, she's not the first politician to stream. She's just the biggest one up there.
Yeah. I guarantee if like I would write to my politician about this issue, they would not even care at all. They wouldn't even probably
Twitch?
Yeah.
What's a DMCA?
Yeah. Pretty much. Anyways. We've been streaming a while. I mean, that's the one thing is like there may not be a lot, but we can talk a lot.
Yeah.
We can make a show last a while. Whether on purpose or not.
Right.
But anyways, yeah, that was our news topic. Not a whole lot except new consoles are out. So, and they can do crazy cool stuff. So if you got them, enjoy them. If not, sorry.
Right.
But that's
they'll be available next week. I mean, because
Yeah.
God, what's next Friday gonna be like? It's not next Friday. It's two Fridays from now.
Yeah, Black Friday. Well, they've already started Black Friday stuff on like Black Friday sales stuff.
I'm
have already
curious
started.
though. I'm curious on like what Black Friday is actually gonna look like this year.
Well, I think is either Walmart or Target said they're not doing like physical store Black Friday.
More stores should do that.
Yeah,
More stores
I
should
agree.
do that.
Yeah. Anyways, this has been episode 405 of the Geeks for the Win podcast. You can find all the previous episodes at thegeeksftw.com, as well as links to our Twitch, YouTube, Discord, and Twitter. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at thegeeksftw. Stuart is at Casual Terror, and I am at willplaygames_. And we will see you next time.
And remember, no animals are harmed to think this podcast.